going to go down a list of things to help you understand why multitasking is everyone's kryptonite. And not the number one reason, but the number one reason on my list for multitasking being everyone's kryptonite, it reduces your efficiency and performance. Your brain can actually only focus on one thing at a time. So when you're multitasking, you are literally making your brain do something that is not functionally supposed to do. You can't actually drive and text at the same time. A lot of people do it. I do it sometimes as well. But you can't, your brain is not designed to drive and text at the same time. You cannot pay attention to the road and pay attention to your phone at the same time. You cannot read a book and listen to music at the same time. One of those things is going to be affected because you're not focusing on the task at hand. So it reduces the number one reason, it reduces your efficiency and your performance. So you're not at 100% for any of those tasks that you're multitasking on. Number two, in addition to your brain slowing down, it actually lowers your IQ. And I mean, some people may think like, oh, well, you can't, my IQ is what it is. You cannot lower my IQ. If you look at it that way, in that moment, your IQ is being lowered because your brain is slowing down. You're not thinking as fast as you were previously to multitasking. You're not focusing on that task that you're doing. So you have to divert your attention from one task to the other task, which inevitably is slowing down the brain functions. It's slowing down how fast you're thinking. It's slowing down the capacity at which you understand things. It slows down the capacity at which you can possibly regurgitate things. So number one, again, is reducing the efficiency and your performance. Number two is slowing down your brain and it actually lowers your IQ. If you do it for extended periods of time, it actually lowers your IQ because your brain is all over the place. It can't function that way. It can't focus on anything. So it's getting split in so many different directions, if that makes sense to you. It also, number three, for multitaskers, for all of those multitaskers who pride themselves on being able to multitask, your memory is impaired. Multitasking overstimulates your brain, so it impairs your memory. So let that soak in a little bit. Turn whatever else off that you're doing. Just pay attention to what I'm about to say. Your memory will be impaired. Multitasking overstimulates your brain. When your brain is overstimulated, so you can compare your brain to a computer. If you overheat your computer, if you're doing way too many things, oh, look at it this way. If you have too many windows open on your laptop, on your computer, it will run slower. Your programs will run slower because you have too many windows open. You're multitasking, you're making your computer multitask. So again, that slows down. That goes back to number two. That slows down the functionality of your brain because you have too many windows open. You're focusing on too many things. There's too many things running in the background, too many things running in front of you, and it's slowing down the brain function. And then you get to the memory inside of your computer. If we're going to compare the brain to the computer, the memory gets impaired. If you have too many things going on in your laptop, going on in your computer, going on in your smartphone, it burns out. When you're overstimulating it, when you're overworking it, it starts to burn out. It starts to short out. It may be long-term memory. It may be short-term memory. Either way, it's memory. It's things that you should remember. It's things that you may hold dear to you. It could be a memory of a loved one. It doesn't necessarily have to be a memory of knowledge or understanding. It could be a childhood memory. when you don't have enough space stored inside of your brain, when you're doing too much, you have to force some things out in order to put other things as a priority. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Enlightenment Moment podcast. Head over to iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you normally listen to your podcast to catch the full version of this episode. And while you're here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more videos just like this one. Until next time, stay focused, stay aware, and keep your vibrations high. Thank you.